So you're a busy business owner trying to get a chance to film some YouTube videos for your channel, but you're tossed in deciding between going into studio and filming with a videographer versus just using your phone versus just recording with a software like Zoom. What is the best way for you? There's obviously pros and cons to both, and also there's quality differences in all three of those. So what is appropriate for YouTube? In this video, we're going to break it down and really help you clearly see which method to go with that makes the most sense for you. Let's get into it. All right, so one of the methods you might have considered is hiring a videographer so that you can actually go to a specific setting, a set place, and have them film you. This is great because it allows you to just focus on your zone of genius where you just come prepared with whatever you're going to talk about, and then your videographer or your team members just take care of everything else from lighting to what's the best background to filming. And the outputs are very professional quality, right? Now, the downside to this is that it's obviously the more expensive option because you have to rent whatever place you're going to be filming at and also pay the videographers his or her fees. And another sort of con that people don't really talk about is that when you're filming with a videographer and going into a studio, it's like mentally a big thing in your mind. And sometimes when you know you have to go into studio and film a batch of videos, it can be more of a mental obstacle that stands in your way from consistently and regularly filming videos. Now, we've worked with a ton of clients. We manage a handful of YouTube channels. We do YouTube consulting specifically for business growth. We see this all the time with our clients. And in fact, I'll tell you a quick story. We are working with a business advisor, and she was very much used to going into studio to film with a videographer. And this would be once a month. They would go film. She would have to get all done up, bring multiple outfits, and it would be this big thing of like, you know, going to that set place and filming the batch of videos. Like she would film 10 to 12 videos at a time. As her channel management team, we started to really see that this wasn't really flowing. It was almost like going against who she was in a way, because the videos would come out very scripted and very like structured, and that's totally not her. But she's more free flowing and just like off the cuff says whatever she thinks. And we wanted more of that energy and more of that personality and charisma to come out in the videos. So what we actually ended up doing is getting her to film on Zoom instead, because that way it just felt more like casual, like she's talking in a Zoom room, and we were able to get way more better quality videos out that way. And I share that story with you because maybe you're in a similar situation, and it's not the same for everyone. Some people really like going into studios, they like the script, they do great. I have another client like that who does so well with scripts. This is one of the key points and takeaways from this video is whatever feels most authentic to you, you want to go with that method. Which method gets you in your zone where you just feel like it's free flowing, it's easy, it's authentic, you can be yourself. That is the one that you want to go with. So let's take a look at filming videos on Zoom. Now, of course, this is a more cost-effective option. You literally just have to open up your laptop or computer and open up Zoom and just hit record. There's a little bit of work on your part to make sure that you have some good lighting because, you know, that's important, especially because Zoom films a little bit in lower quality, so the light helps. And also what helps is having a good webcam, like the Logitech Brio, which I'm using right now. And you can just have a light right in front of you, like I have a window in front of me that's giving natural light. Or if you don't have a window, put an actual ring light. I have a ring light off to the side here, but it's off because we have daylight. So you do have to make those decisions, but once you have it set, you can just keep using that same setup over and over again. Now, this might feel a little less polished. For some, this is a barrier because they want it to look perfectly. But my question to you is, why do you want it to look perfectly? Is it because you think that's what other people want and desire and are looking for? Because if so, then I'm going to stop you right there. That's an irrational thought. When people watch YouTube videos, they aren't, unless you're a videographer and you talk about great video quality, that's not what they're looking for. When they're searching for topics in your area of expertise, they want their questions answered. They don't care about perfect quality video. As long as they can hear you properly and there's no crazy sounds in the background and they can see you, it doesn't have to be crisp 4K HD quality, then That's all that matters. What you say in the video matters most. So if filming on Zoom feels more comfortable and you just feel like you can better talk to the camera that way, it just feels more casual and it doesn't create this big thing in your mind about filming that actually stops you from filming, then that might be a good option to go into. And especially if it just feels more authentic, that is the better option to go into. For some, maybe you have so many distractions at home or in your office, for example, if you're filming on Zoom and it's just not going to work out. And if that's the case, then yeah, you might need to go somewhere different or separate to actually film. That might be the in-studio option, or it might actually be the phone option, because with a phone, you can film videos on the go and take it wherever. So let's talk about that piece. Now, most phones nowadays, they have really great quality cameras that are better than some cameras actually. They film really crisp and great, right? So they actually can sometimes film better than the Zoom method. But again, it comes down to what is your webcam that you're using for Zoom. If you find that your phone has a better camera than your Zoom or your webcam, then one option you can do is find a tripod that holds up your camera. You can kind of prompt your camera on top. There are ones that also come with ring lights, so you can put the camera in the middle and the ring light goes around it. And you can just hit record that way. Again, with this, you need to figure out what's in your background, make sure you have good lighting. I like to use this method of using my phone when I'm just creating like quick impromptu videos. Like I have a quick message to share, so I'll just take out my video or my camera, my phone rather, and I'll just quickly film a few words and like a 2-minute, whatever the case may be, and that will be my video. Another case where you might use a phone is I have another client who actually he likes to take walks in the woods, and he finds that it's way more authentic to have the camera in his hand while he's walking and talking to the camera. And actually I think a lot of other entrepreneurs do this, where they just walk and talk to their phone. And that feels more like, again, there's someone on the other side of that phone. It feels like a friend. You're just talking, and the movement itself of walking and talking just gets you in your zone. It jogs your thoughts and ideas better, so you can communicate them better. Again, for some people, every person is different. So all three methods are fine. For YouTube, it's totally fine. Even with the Zoom, sometimes when you export the video, it's a little bit less quality. It's totally fine. Like I said, we've managed so many channels. We've released Zoom recordings, and some of them do really well. Again, it depends on what you're saying in the video. That's the most important. Number one, all the methods are fine. So what it comes down to is, what do you feel most comfortable using? Which method feels the most comfortable and feels the most authentic to you? Because that method is the one that you should choose. Your videos will come across as more authentic. You'll be more yourself. You'll be more in your zone of genius. And it will be faster for you to get into that method or mode. Again, we want to remove the barriers of filming YouTube videos. So whatever feels the easiest, you want to go with that, and also authentic. You don't have to just pick one as well, right? Like for example, myself, I film the majority of my videos sitting at my desk like this with my webcam. I don't use Zoom. I have a different screen recording software. I use Camtasia, but this feels great and authentic, and like I'm talking to a friend. This camera is always here, and if it's not, I can easily just set it up because it's a USB camera and a USB mic. Because it's easy to get into, this is the method that I use the most. And then sometimes I like to just go into a studio with a videographer and film certain videos where it's just me talking to the camera and I'm not showing anything on screen. So I like that option too, but I don't have to do that every month. I do it maybe, I don't know, once every 3-4 months or even 5 months. So I hope this video has been helpful for you. And if you're still not sure after watching this video which method is right for you, it means you haven't really tried any method well enough to actually know how it makes you feel and whether you're comfortable, whether it's easy. So my challenge to you is to just try them all and pay attention to how you feel, your emotions around that particular method. If you're looking for some more resources on simplifying YouTube for business growth, head down to the description as I'll have some links for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.